Hey, everybody. Welcome back if you're returning. Welcome if you're new here. And thank you so much for joining me. I am still using the Sacred Destiny Oracle from Denise Lynn. These cards are gorgeous. I had forgotten I had this deck until I moved. I saw it and I was like, ooh, thriving, thriving. And like, see, check out that artwork. Is that not amazing? Um, we talked about healing chaos yesterday, and thriving is where we're headed. It may not feel like it right now, and I get that. I do. Because in times of struggle, we're not seeing the path to thriving, right? Because we're not there yet. We're on the journey. And in order for us to get to thriving, we have to struggle bus. It's just some sort of thing. Uh, but that's what builds our character. Because if we don't go through the struggles, we don't appreciate when we get the good things. We don't appreciate, anything that has come easily, we don't value in the same way. When we have gone through challenge and struggle, difficulties, and we come out the other side, because we always do, we can choose how we come out the other side. And that's where we learn, and that's where we grow, that's where we develop the fortitude and the resilience that we're going to need to thrive. Because when we learn how to manage our resources responsibly, we don't learn that from reading a book. We don't learn that from, you know, watching other people. We learn that from fucking up and fixing it. And you don't have to do that very many times before you change your habits. Because you don't want a lifetime past the struggle bus. We want to thrive. However, we also have to get past the behaviors that keep us from thriving. Most of those are, again, those subconscious patterns that we have where we're doing things, and at the end of the day we're looking at it like, what was I thinking? Why did I do that? You know, and as we create these new habits, the reason we have to hit the struggle bus more than once is because as we start to develop new behaviors, you got to think, we have whatever patterns of behavior we have, whatever beliefs we have, whatever reactions we have that come out of our subconscious mind, those are well ingrained. Any new habit takes a while to form, and it's much easier to fall back on the old pattern. So, what generally happens, I know in my experience, I go through something. I try to figure out, like, I'm reviewing it. What lesson can I take from this? What could I learn from this? How could I have handled it better? And I keep that in my mind. You know what? Okay, in this situation, that should have been a red flag. I should have said no to that. Going forward, that's what I'm going to do. Until the moment presents itself and old me goes, oh, hey, I got this. Yeah, sure, absolutely. I don't see any red flags. We're good. Bam. Back on that damn struggle bus. But every time that happens, we're learning. We get better at recognizing it more quickly. So instead of waiting 6 years to call it, it could be 6 months, 6 weeks, 6 days. When we're really fed up with our bullshit, 6 hours and we're out. Because it's that spiral, like we talked about yesterday with the healing chaos. Each time we're learning more, we're fine tuning, we're elevating in that area because we're getting better and better and better. But we're going to keep screwing up in different ways, in different circumstances. Sorry, cricket was passing through. Um, where, like I talked about earlier this week, a situation that looks different. It looks different. You don't think it's going to be the thing in the past that was bad. This looks good. It looks good. Oh, wait, what happened? What was that old me talking? Oh, yeah, okay, here we go again. However, as I was saying a minute ago, like in my situation here recently, I didn't wait as long. I made a different decision. Why? My ass is not going to go through that again. I'm learning. I'm growing. I'm making new choices. Am I making mistakes? Well, hell yeah. That's why I'm learning and growing. That's what we're here for. Life school. It is what it is. And when you figure out that that's not what I thought it was going to be, you make a new choice. Each time you make it more quickly, and you learn to trust that you've got you. No matter what else happens in this world, you've got you. Sorry, I don't know how bad that sounded through the microphone. But when we have that trust in ourselves, it takes away a lot of the fear out of change, out of uncertainty, out of just not knowing where the path is going to lead. Especially when you have a situation like the healing chaos where something comes through and just kind of wipes out your normal day to day. Everything is up in the air. You really don't know what path you're going to take. Sometimes you don't even know what the hell hit you. You're like, what? Wow. Now what? But when you have a history of screwing up and fixing it, screwing up and fixing it, and each time getting better and better and better, then you're like, well, I guess we'll see where this goes. Not going to stress. And each time your ride on the struggle bus is shorter, and you thrive. And we have to also stay in that attitude of gratitude. Gratitude is truly powerful because no matter what's happening in this area of life, there's an area where you're thriving. And I have a Rubik's Cube on my desk. Hold on. To me, I look at the Rubik's Cube because it reminds me when I was younger, Rubik's Cubes came out. I know, I'm dating myself again. And I figured out that as you're trying to get all the green on one side, you can't see the other areas, right? You're focused on the green and you're just trying to move it around and get all the green. Well, by organizing the green, the other colors are also coming together. So if we're thriving in one area of life, that's where we want to focus. We want to focus on our wins and keep our energy there. And in that state of gratitude, the more we are succeeding in that area, the higher vibe we are, the more things are going to just start kind of working out. Even the stuff you're not looking at. And I mean, yeah, we've got to acknowledge this is where I'm at. This is what I have to deal with. And then keep going. Focus on your wins. Focus on where you are thriving, and other things are going to fall into place. Just don't focus on the things that stress you out. Yes, address them, but not all day. And I think that's where we end up giving ourselves a complete, like, near stroke stress level. Because when we focus on the things that aren't going well, we release cortisol into our body. We stay in an elevated state of anxiety, of just the our blood pressure is higher, our heart rate is faster. We are taxing our body with our brain because we're focusing on things that make us unhappy. And if we focus on where we're thriving, and every so often sit down, take a look at where you're at on that other part. So you've been working on the green's growing, it's going good. You got all that shit together. Okay, that's what you want to frame and hang on your wall. That's what you want to think about during the day. Now, you're still going to have to look at the red. If the red's all jacked up, yeah, make a plan about the red, and then go about your day focused on the green. Does that make sense? But the more we can stay in that elevated vibration, that higher state of being, our body is more relaxed. You aren't going to solve it by worrying about it. Sit down, get it on paper, make a plan. If you can't think of a plan yet, that's okay. Put it out to the universe. What am I supposed to do with this mess? What? And then stay in the present moment, aware, open to possibilities. It will come to you. It really will. If you're all stressed out, you're not going to see it. It could walk in front of you and you wouldn't even notice it. For the love of Jesus, people. Okay, so for example, when I worked in Atlanta, I worked at a building downtown. It was on Peachtree Street, which I know there's 7 million Peachtree Streets in Georgia. But this runs through the heart of downtown, and it's like foot traffic, vehicle traffic. There's people everywhere. I'm standing in front of the building. I look down the street, and I shit you not, I see a zebra, running down the sidewalk on Peachtree Street. No one else seems to notice that there is a full-grown wild animal running down the street, well, the sidewalk. And I stopped a woman who was walking by and I said, "Do you see that?" And she's like, "Oh my God, is that a zebra?" And I'm like, "Okay, thank you. Thank you. I've been under a little pressure lately. I thought maybe I'd lost my shit because no one was paying attention." She was looking at her phone. People were doing whatever, but nobody saw the zebra. So is there a zebra trucking at you? But you are too up in your head to see it? This is what I mean by like, oh my gosh, people, really? Like, can you imagine trying to explain to the ambulance crew how you got run over by a zebra because you didn't see it? I just blew my mind. But so stay present, stay aware. Lord, don't get run over by a zebra. Apparently, you never know where they're going to come from, whatever. Turns out that one actually got loose from the circus. But my point being, focus on where you're winning. Don't stay in gratitude. You are thriving. In some area of your life, you're thriving. That's what you need to focus on. And the more you do that, the more things come together. You are meant to thrive. The challenges are just so that once you get there, you stay there. We stop spiraling back and spiraling forward and spiraling back and spiraling forward. That's our growth period. That's the journey. It's supposed to be the fun part. I guess we just pretend it's a slide or something, but knowing that each time we have a setback, it's like taking a course in school, taking a college course. I've got to get through this lesson. This is the prerequisite for the class I want to take. And by the time we reach a level that we can maintain thriving, we'll have so much beautiful experience. We'll have so much resilience, trust in ourselves. Life will be beautiful. And there are parts of your life that are beautiful now. So focus on those. Okay? So, thank you so much for joining me today. I do hope this helps. And no matter how things look in this moment, you're getting there. It's part of it. And we have to remember to enjoy the journey by focusing on the good stuff. Take care of the stuff that not so fantastic right now, and then keep the good stuff in the front of your mind. So, thank you again for joining me today. I hope this helps, and I will talk to you soon. And watch out for zebras.